This story was told by a man who experienced something terrifying while on official duty in Phitsanulok province, Thailand. After working late at a government agency and realizing he wouldn't finish in time to return home, he searched for a nearby place to stay. Around 6 p.m., he found a small guest house that looked both old and new. Two female staff members greeted him, one middle-aged, the other elderly. He requested a detached room where he could park his car close by, as he had many documents and belongings. The receptionists hesitated, then said only one such room was left. Despite their reluctance, he insisted, and they reluctantly handed him the key, offering only directions without escorting him. The unit was a small, white-painted house nestled beneath two large bodhi trees. Between the trees stood several aged spirit houses. The area around the house was overgrown with tall grass and dry leaves, as though abandoned, a stark contrast to the tidy main entrance of the guest house. After parking and unloading his things, he entered the room, turned on the air conditioner, and went out for dinner. When he returned around 10 p.m., he noticed all the lights inside were already on. He assumed the staff had turned them on for him. Before entering, he respectfully bowed to the spirits at the bodhi tree, silently asking to stay one night with no disrespect intended. The room layout was odd. Entering from the right, the vanity stood on the right wall, while two small beds were on the left, with their headbeds facing the door, a highly unusual placement. At the foot of the beds was a large wardrobe with 4 sliding mirrored doors that concealed the bathroom. As he sat working at the vanity in silence, broken only by the hum of the air conditioner, he heard a soft sound, the mattress compressing, like someone sitting on it. He turned, but saw nothing. Then a cold breeze brushed against his back, first right to left, then left to right, from the door to the bathroom and back. Another swoosh sound followed. When he looked again, he noticed faint indentations on the bed, as if someone invisible had walked past him and sat down. He gathered his documents and decided to sit on the bed farthest from the strange activity, thinking it must belong to someone unseen. Leaning against the headboard, he began reading and soon fell asleep. Suddenly, he awoke, completely alert. Traditional Thai music played faintly in the distance. The deep rumble of a tapon drum and the sharp wail of a pea wind instrument, possibly a pea chawa. But something was off. Everything was dark. It didn't feel like he was in a room anymore, more like a different place altogether. His body couldn't move. He felt bound, as if tightly restrained. Only his eyes could shift side to side. He could see a dim light below, like a blindfold loosely tied. Accompanying the music, he heard footsteps circling him, swoosh, swoosh. It reminded him of sword dancers in Thai films. He felt like a prisoner awaiting execution. Fear consumed him. Goosebumps covered every inch of his skin. The music grew faster and louder until it stopped with a thundering drumbeat and a footfall by his side. Then he heard a slicing sound, swoosh, and a cold sensation swept across his neck. A ringing, high-pitched hum filled his ears. He jolted awake. Everything returned to normal. The room lights were on again. He was soaked in sweat, trembling, trying to understand what just happened. Looking at the mirror at the foot of his bed, he didn't see his reflection. He saw a headless man in red robes sitting exactly where he was. Then came the sound, thump, 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 from inside the wardrobe.
Panicked, he packed his belongings quickly, but as he rushed to the bathroom to wash his face, all the lights went out. Outside lights remained dim, but the house interior plunged into darkness. As he reached for the bathroom doorknob, a hand grabbed his wrist. He yanked free and ran out, abandoning everything. Inside his car, he clasped his hands in apology, praying and explaining mentally that he meant no disrespect. He asked the spirit what it wanted, offering to dedicate merit. At that moment, all the lights in the house flickered back on. He rushed in, collected his things, and drove away to a nearby love motel instead. The next morning, he told his supervisor everything. The official calmly shared a local legend. The area once served as an execution ground during the Ayutthaya era. Prisoners were beheaded between the twin bodhi trees. He later made merit at a major temple in Phitsanulok and dedicated it to those lingering spirits. The whole ordeal lasted under 2 hours, yet the impact was unforgettable. He mentioned this wasn't the first time he'd been drawn into another dimension or trance-like state, suggesting some people may be more susceptible. In Thai belief, bodhi and banyan trees are sacred, but also known as spirit dwellings. Their invasive roots can damage buildings, and it's considered ill-advised to build homes near them, especially twin trees, once used as execution sites. Stories like these remind us that haunted places often dwell where the past never truly dies.